today's video, I'm going to show you or walk you through step by step the best settings for your recording in OBS, which is going to be simple and direct. So without wasting much of our time, let's get right into it. As I said, we are talking about the best settings. I'm going to talk about the best setting of OBS, the best one for recording. This one is for recording. I'm going to do a separate video on the streaming, the best setting for streaming. But before we go into the settings, let me explain each of these to us. This first part is called scene. Inside the scene, you have to put pepper, you have to put as if you want to cook a soup. And inside the soup, there's a lot of things that must come inside before it can turn to a stew. You must put your pepper, tomatoes, onions, you must put your maggi, you must put a lot of things to make it. You must put meat and fish to make. That is what will make it a soup after you have cooked it. So it's the same thing with this sauce also. So that is what sauce all about. Sin is the soup and sauce are the ingredients that you are going to put in the stew. So what are those things? Those ingredients that are in the stew. We have the audio input capture. In case you have extra captured audio that you're not going to use the one in your computer, like me that have my own extra here. Okay, so that is what they call audio. Then we have browser also. Browser, maybe you want to go and bring in maybe a particular browser page into your scene. Then this is where you are going to use. Then we have capture card device. This one are for those that are doing gaming. Okay, so this is what they use. And we have color source. If you want to put a lot of maybe background, this is where you are going to do it. We have this glow. This glow, if you are just downloading your own OBS, you will not have this glow, because it's another thing I'm going to show you how you are going to have this glow. Okay, so image. If we are talking about image, and that is if you want to bring in pictures into your live streaming, this is where you're going to put it. There's image slideshow as well, the same thing. Then the MOS audio capture as well, which is this mixer. You can see it. This is where this one will show. Then the MOS screen capture, they are calling it MOS, Mac OS, because I am using Mac. So Windows, we have another name, but since what is important is just this screen capture and audio capture, so don't even think more. Media source also, if you want to bring it, output source also. Then since that you create here, you can still bring it as a source as well. Then shadow is another plugin. We'll discuss that later, not in this video, in another video. Source clone also in another video. Stroke in another video. Python client, you have this. Then you have text and video capture device. Video capture device is your camera. You can use inbuilt camera, or you can bring in your own camera that you have already. Then this is group. If you want to group two sources together, then this is where you're going to use. So that is what all about source all about. So when we're talking about audio mixer is if you want to bring in your audio into OBS, this is where you are going to see it. So by the time we want to do that, you will know what to do live streaming. I just want to put us through all this one by one first before we go into the real settings. So now let's talk about scene transition. So this is scene transition. They have different types. We have fade and cut, but there is more. So if you press this plus here, there is a lot more again that you can put inside your scene, that if you want to do a lot of things, you can start using all this one as well. So it is you that will determine which one you want to use. And we also have this move. I will do it in another video as well. Normally, if you are just getting known to OBS, you won't have this. Okay, so it's another plugin that will still show us how to do that. Then we are coming to control, which is the last that you've seen under here. We have the starting streaming. If you want to stream, this is button you are going to click on. If you want to stream also, this is places where you're going to create it. While if you are creating it from the OBS, this is manage broadcast. Then if you want to record, this is the button for record. This is the button for replay. Mostly replay. This one, start replay, is mostly for people that are doing gaming. Okay, so this is to start a visual camera. In my first video, if you have watched it, I'll put the link in the description below as well. because I've explained what this visual camera means here. So if you want to know, you go and check it out in that video. And studio mode, I've already explained studio mode in that video as well. Okay, so studio mode is if you want to be previewing your scene before taking it to live. That's what video means. The visual camera, maybe you want to send your camera from OBS, you want to send it to another platform. Okay, that's what it's good for. Then settings, this is where everything is going to come, that we are going to go now. But we are going to talk about also exist. That is, you are going to exist OBS. Okay, is to exist OBS. So this is what this stands for. So now, without wasting time, we are going into settings, because today I said we are talking about how to set the proper settings that I've been using for my own recording in OBS, my own, that I've tested a lot, and this is the one that works for me. So that's why I want to share it with us, so that we can try it. Testing is more better. Okay, this one works for me, so that's why I want to share it. Okay, it's the best for me, and then I believe it's for just for normal people like me, it will be best also, because it's a simple one. So I'll click on these settings now. After we click on settings, it brings us to this page that we are seeing here. The first thing is general. General, don't do anything in general. You can just pause this video also and use it to set your own. If there's any changes, just check it out to be able to set it the way it is. Nothing, I don't do anything here. It's just like that. Okay, so leave it like that. Then come to appearance. Appearance is also, do not touch anything in appearance, just leave it the way it is, nothing to touch there. Then the next one that I said we are going to is this streaming. We are not coming to it, we'll come back to it later. Okay, then we go to output. Output is where we are going to make all the settings that we are going to talk about very well. Okay, so as I said, streaming, we'll come back to streaming. So we are going to recording, because we are mostly talking about recording. But before we go to recording, this output mode, okay, this output mode, make sure you put it in advanced. Okay, if you have simple, this is simple, you don't need simple. Make sure you put it in advance, so that you do the settings by yourself. Okay, make sure you put it in advance. And this type, make sure it is standard. Okay, put it in standard. Then settings, the recording part, it is you that you will select where you want to record to. Okay, make sure you record to where you want to record to. And always, each time you want to record, always first of all come and set your recording part first. Okay, so make sure you come and set it up first. Then this recording format, I will open it. They have different one. Mostly we know when you want to, the video that we need mostly is MP4 for you to YouTube. Okay, so why? But me, I don't like MP4 in OBS. Why? Because sometimes OBS crashes, and if OBS crashes and you are using MP4, you are going to lose all your recording. But when you use MKV, you will not lose your recording. Wherever you stop before OBS crash, is going to save it for you like that. And I'm going to show you how you are going to convert it to MP4 as you are recording it. After you have recorded, it will convert automatically to MP4. But there is a button we are going to click on that will do that automatic. So make sure you put it MKV. I've been using it and it has been working perfectly for me. Okay, so video encoder, if you are using Mac, choose this hardware. Okay, if you are using Mac and you do not have any other encoder in your own Mac, this one is so simple. But if you do not have all this, the minimum one that you can still choose is this 264. But if you have all this, please choose hardware encoder. This is one for the Apple, which is very good. And then the audio, make sure you set it at core audio AAC. It has been perfect. I'm telling you, if you use it, you will not even regret using all this. Then audio track, make sure you click on one, because if you are doing simple video like me, you are going to need only one track. We are not doing a lot. As we are talking about audio, let me go to audio directly. We'll come back to this. So when we are audio now, so I was talking about audio. As you can see here, audio bit rate is 128 kbps. Okay, so that is why I am telling us that audio, we are going to leave it at 1k at 128, because that is the YouTube recommendation. I'm going to put the link to all these YouTube settings in the description below as well. Okay, so I'm going to put that link below for us so that we can be able to go through it by ourselves as well. We leave it at 128 because it is 128 that YouTube recommended, as I've shown us. Okay, then we'll go back to my stream where I am to the recording. Yeah, so we have talked about audio. That's why I just use opportunity to come to this audio immediately. And the rescale output, make sure it is disabled. Don't choose anything, make sure it's disabled. And your output also, make sure is that it is 1920 by 1080 pixel, except you are using a monitor that is 4K. But normally general monitor is this one, so set it like this. Custom mix, don't put anything. All this one, just leave it like this. So we are now in encoder settings. Encoder setting is the rate control, how your speed, how your internet is being used. Okay, so normally I love to use CRF. Okay, when you choose CRF, because I've tried a lot, you are telling OBS that they should use the available internet that you have, which is more better than using CBR, that you are telling them this one is constant, that they should not reduce it, they should just be using the same amount. But this one is, if it is okay, they should be the one to regulate it, which is good. And this quality, change it to 80. It will be 60, but move it to 80. 80 has been good. Okay, the limit bitrate, leave it like that. And the key frame, let it be, that is before you will talk and before they will hear you. Okay, leave it at 2 seconds, which is okay. The keyframe, leave it at 2 seconds. That to show that before you will talk, before they will hear you, the difference will just be 2 seconds. And the profile, leave it at main. Then do not check this. Do not check this. Just leave it like that. And then after that, go back to audio here. This audio, make sure it's 44.1. If you go to the YouTube settings audio, okay, you can see. If you come to the YouTube settings audio, you will see that it's 44.khz for stereo audio. So normally most people, they use this 44K stereo audio. That is what people use. Okay, so don't change it. Also leave it the way it is also. Okay, leave it the way it is. Do not change it. You see, channel is almost always set stereo, so don't change it. Then this global audio device, make sure all these are disabled except this one. Make sure you choose which mic you want to use. Because I'm recording, I will not touch it now, but choose your own personal mic. You can use the default that come with your computer. You can also use the one that maybe the USB one. Okay, I will advise you invest in audio. Audio is one of the important thing in recording or doing YouTube content. Any content, audio is very important. So so you will choose one, but being that I'm using my audio in another place, I will not choose it right now. Okay, so you come down here, leave it the way it is. Don't do anything here, just leave it the way it is. So we come to the video. Make sure your base camera resolution is 1920 by 1080p. Leave it like that. The output also, make sure these two, they are the same. And this fps, make sure it's 30. As I said, fps, you only need 30 if you are doing 8 talk the way I am doing. Just make sure you leave it at 30. Okay, and then when we come to this hotkey, I don't do anything in this hotkey because I don't stress myself, so I do not do anything. This accessibility, I don't do anything there as well. I don't stress myself. Okay, so then advanced, you have to come to this advanced. Make sure everything is here is exactly the way I have it, that you will have it. Okay, this one should be like this. Don't change anything. Don't change anything here. You see. Oh, I'm speaking French, sorry. Don't change anything here. Leave it like that. The only thing that you need to touch is this recording. Remember, I told you that even if OBS crash, there is a way around it. That's what I want to show us now. Okay. So when you get to this recording, make sure this automatic removes to MP4 is checked. This will enable you to be able to automatically convert your recording. It will automatically convert your recording to MP4 without you being the one to go and look for any other applications to convert it. Make sure you leave it like that. Okay, so that is the most important thing that you need to check in this setting. So after that, everything, leave it the way it is. You can just scroll down to be able to. After that, everything has been done, then you have to click this apply. Then after you have clicked apply, then you come down here, you see here, you click on OK. If you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and be part of the family. And leave a meaningful comment below for YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to watch the next video on your screen that will show you on how to set up your OBS for live streaming. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.